Have you recently received a denial letter for your Social Security benefits application? You're not alone. Many people face this situation every year. But what should you do next? Should you reapply from scratch, or is it better to appeal the decision? In this video, we'll break down the differences between reapplying and appealing after a Social Security denial. We'll guide you through the pros and cons of each option, help you understand the process, and provide tips to improve your chances of success. Let's get started by understanding what a denial means and why it happens. A denial from Social Security can feel discouraging, but it's important to know that it doesn't mean the end of your journey. Denials can happen for many reasons, such as missing medical evidence, incomplete forms, or not meeting eligibility requirements. Sometimes it's simply a matter of not providing enough documentation. Understanding the specific reason for your denial is the first step in deciding your next move. Carefully review your denial letter, as it will outline the reasons and give you clues about what needs to be addressed. Let's explore your two main options, reapplying or appealing. Reapplying means starting a brand new application for Social Security benefits. This process involves filling out all the forms again, gathering your documentation, and submitting everything as if it's your first time. Reapplying can make sense if your circumstances have changed significantly since your last application, or if you have new evidence that wasn't available before. However, it's important to know that reapplying doesn't guarantee a different outcome, especially if you don't address the reasons for your initial denial. Let's look at when reapplying might be the right choice. Reapplying is often best if you miss the deadline to appeal or if your situation has changed in a meaningful way. For example, maybe you have new medical diagnoses, additional treatment records, or updated work history that strengthens your case. If your previous application was denied due to missing information and you now have what's needed, reapplying could be a good move. But remember, if you simply submit the same information as before, you're likely to get the same result. Always make sure your new application is stronger than the last. While reapplying might seem straightforward, it comes with some risks. First, you may lose out on back pay since your new application resets your filing date. This means you could miss out on months or even years of benefits you would have received if your original claim was approved. Additionally, Social Security may view repeated applications without new evidence as a red flag, potentially making it harder to get approved in the future. It's important to weigh these risks before deciding to reapply. Appealing a Social Security denial means you're asking the agency to review its decision. Instead of starting over, you challenge the denial and provide additional evidence or clarification. The appeals process has several stages, starting with a reconsideration, then a hearing before an administrative law judge, and possibly further reviews. Appealing is often the recommended path if you believe your initial application was wrongly denied or if you can provide new information to support your claim. The appeals process is structured in several stages. First, you can request a reconsideration, where a different examiner reviews your case. If you're denied again, you can request a hearing before an administrative law judge. If the judge also denies your claim, you can ask for a review by the Appeals Council. Finally, if all else fails, you may take your case to federal court. Each stage gives you a chance to present new evidence and arguments, increasing your chances of success if you address the issues from your denial. Appealing is usually the better option if you believe your denial was a mistake, or if you can provide more evidence. One major advantage is that your original filing date is preserved, which can be crucial for receiving back pay. The appeals process also allows you to address the specific reasons for your denial directly, rather than starting over. Plus, statistics show that many claims are approved at the appeal stages, especially during hearings. Let's look at how to start the appeal process. To begin the appeal process, you'll need to submit a request for reconsideration within 60 days of receiving your denial letter. This can be done online, by mail, or in person at your local Social Security office. Make sure to include any new evidence or documentation that supports your claim. Missing the deadline means you'll likely have to start over with a new application, so act quickly. Once your request is submitted, Social Security will review your case again and notify you of their decision. During the reconsideration stage, your claim is reviewed by someone who wasn't involved in the original decision. This is your chance to provide any additional medical records, work history, or other evidence that might have been missing before. The reviewer will look at your entire file, including any new information you submit. If your claim is approved at this stage, you'll receive your benefits. If not, you can move on to the next step, a hearing with an administrative law judge. If your claim is denied again after reconsideration, you can request a hearing before an administrative law judge. This is a more formal process where you, your representative, and sometimes witnesses can present your case. The judge will ask questions and review all the evidence, including any new documents you provide. Hearings are often where many claims are finally approved, especially if you can clearly explain your situation and provide strong supporting evidence. If the administrative law judge denies your claim, you can request a review by the Social Security Appeals Council. The council will look at your case to determine if the judge made any errors or missed important evidence. They can approve your claim, deny it, or send it back to the judge for another review. This stage is less common, but it's an important option if you believe your case wasn't handled properly. If you're still denied after the Appeals Council review, your final option is to file a lawsuit in federal court. This is a more complex and time-consuming process, usually requiring legal representation. The court will review your case to determine if Social Security followed the law and made a fair decision. While this step is rare, it can be a last resort for those who believe they have a strong case and have exhausted all other options. One of the most important things to remember is that deadlines are strict in the Social Security process. Missing an appeal deadline usually means you'll have to start over with a new application, losing your original filing date, and possibly back pay. Always read your denial letter carefully and mark your calendar with important dates. If you're unsure about a deadline, contact Social Security or a qualified representative for clarification. Whether you reapply or appeal, gathering strong evidence is key to a successful claim. This includes medical records, doctor's statements, work history, and any other documentation that supports your case. The more detailed and up-to-date your evidence, the better your chances of approval. Don't hesitate to ask your healthcare providers for help or clarification if you need more information for your file. Understanding why claims are denied can help you avoid common pitfalls. Some frequent reasons include insufficient medical evidence, not following prescribed treatment, earning too much income, or not meeting the definition of disability. Carefully review your denial letter to see which of these reasons applies to you, and focus on addressing them in your appeal or new application. To improve your chances of approval, focus on strengthening your evidence and clearly explaining how your condition affects your ability to work. Be honest and thorough in your documentation. If you're unsure what's missing, consider consulting with a disability advocate or attorney who can review your file and suggest improvements. Small details can make a big difference in the outcome of your case. Many people choose to work with a representative, such as a disability attorney or advocate, during the appeal process. These professionals understand the system and can help you gather evidence, meet deadlines, and present your case effectively. While you can represent yourself, having expert guidance can increase your chances of success, especially at the hearing stage. You might be concerned about the cost of hiring a representative. The good news is that most disability attorneys work on a contingency basis, meaning they only get paid if you win your case. Their fees are usually capped by law and are taken from your back pay, so you don't have to pay anything up front. This makes legal help accessible to most applicants. Social Security has made it easier than ever to appeal online. You can submit your request for reconsideration, upload documents, and track your case status through their website. This can save time and help you keep everything organized. Make sure to keep digital copies of all your submissions and confirmations for your records. If you prefer, you can still appeal by mail or in person. Request the necessary forms from your local Social Security office or download them from the website. Fill them out carefully and include all supporting documents. Always keep copies of everything you submit and consider using certified mail for proof of delivery. After you submit your appeal, you can track its progress online or by contacting Social Security directly. It's important to stay informed about your case status and respond promptly to any requests for additional information. Keeping organized records will help you stay on top of deadlines and requirements. If you miss the deadline to appeal, you generally have to start over with a new application. However, in some cases, you may be able to show good cause for missing the deadline, such as a serious illness or other extenuating circumstances. If Social Security accepts your explanation, they may allow your appeal to proceed. Otherwise, you'll need to reapply and start the process again. Deciding whether to reapply or appeal depends on your individual situation. If you have new evidence or missed the appeal deadline, reapplying might be necessary. But if you believe your denial was a mistake, or you can address the issues, appealing is usually the better option. Consider your circumstances, the reasons for denial, and the potential impact on your benefits before making a decision. Reapplying can be a good choice if you have significant new evidence or if your situation has changed. It allows you to present a fresh case and correct any mistakes from your previous application. However, remember that you'll lose your original filing date and any potential back pay. Make sure your new application is stronger and addresses all previous issues. The main downside of reapplying is losing your original filing date, which can affect your back pay. Repeated applications without new evidence can also hurt your credibility with Social Security. If you don't address the reasons for your initial denial, you're likely to be denied again. Consider these factors before choosing to reapply. Appealing preserves your original filing date and gives you the chance to directly address the reasons for your denial. You can submit new evidence and have your case reviewed by different decision-makers at each stage. Many claims are approved during the appeal process, especially at the hearing stage, making this a strong option for most applicants. The appeals process can be time-consuming and sometimes stressful. It may take several months or even years to reach a final decision, especially if your case goes to a hearing or beyond. You'll need to be patient and persistent, and it's important to stay organized throughout the process. Despite these challenges, appealing is often the best way to protect your rights and benefits. To decide between reapplying and appealing, consider the reasons for your denial, your current evidence, and your ability to meet deadlines. If you have new, compelling evidence or miss the appeal deadline, reapplying may be necessary. If you believe your denial was a mistake or you can address the issues, appealing is usually the better choice. Consulting with a representative can help you make the best decision for your situation. Your choice between reapplying and appealing can have a big impact on your benefits. Appealing preserves your original filing date, which can mean more back pay if you're approved. Reapplying resets your filing date, potentially reducing your total benefits. Always consider how your decision will affect your financial situation in the long run. Many applicants make avoidable mistakes, such as missing deadlines, failing to provide enough evidence, or not following up on their case. Stay organized, keep copies of all documents, and respond promptly to requests from Social Security. If you're unsure about any part of the process, seek help from a representative or the Social Security office. The Social Security process can take time. Reconsideration decisions usually take a few months, while hearings can take a year or more to schedule. Appeals, counsel, and federal court reviews can add even more time. Be prepared for a potentially long wait and use this time to gather more evidence and stay organized. Organization is key throughout the Social Security process. Keep a dedicated folder for all your documents, correspondence, and deadlines. Use a calendar to track important dates and set reminders for yourself. Staying organized will help you avoid mistakes and respond quickly to any requests from Social Security. Good communication with Social Security can make a big difference. Always respond promptly to letters or requests for information. If you have questions, don't hesitate to call or visit your local office. Keeping a record of your communications can help resolve any misunderstandings and ensure your case moves forward smoothly. Strong medical evidence is the foundation of a successful Social Security claim. Make sure your records are up to date and include detailed notes from your doctors. Ask your healthcare providers to write statements explaining how your condition limits your ability to work. The more specific and thorough your evidence, the better your chances of approval. Your work history is another important part of your claim. Provide detailed information about your past jobs, duties, and how your condition affects your ability to work. Include any changes in your work performance or accommodations you've needed. This helps Social Security understand the impact of your disability on your employment. Social Security often looks at whether you're following your doctor's treatment plan. If you're not, they may deny your claim unless you have a good reason. Make sure to attend all appointments, take prescribed medications, and follow your doctor's advice. If you can't follow a treatment plan, explain why in your application or appeal. Your income can affect your eligibility for Social Security benefits. If you earn above a certain limit, your claim may be denied. Make sure to report all sources of income accurately and understand the rules for your specific type of benefit. If you're unsure, ask Social Security or a representative for clarification. To qualify for Social Security disability benefits, you must meet the agency's strict definition of disability. This means proving that your condition prevents you from working and is expected to last at least a year or result in death. Understanding this definition can help you focus your evidence and arguments in your application or appeal. Always keep copies of every document you submit to Social Security, including forms, medical records, and correspondence. This helps you track your case, prove what you've submitted, and quickly respond to any requests for additional information. Good record keeping is essential for a smooth process. Social Security may ask for more information or clarification during your appeal or application. Always respond promptly and provide the requested documents. Delays or missing information can slow down your case or result in another denial. Staying responsive keeps your case moving forward. If you're feeling overwhelmed, remember that help is available. Disability advocates, attorneys, and even Social Security staff can answer your questions and guide you through the process. Don't hesitate to reach out for assistance if you're unsure about any step. Getting help early can prevent mistakes and improve your chances of success. Let's recap the main points. After a Social Security denial, you can either reapply or appeal. Reapplying is best if you have new evidence or miss the appeal deadline, but you'll lose your original filing date. Appealing preserves your filing date and gives you a chance to address the denial directly. Gather strong evidence, meet deadlines, and consider working with a representative to improve your chances. Facing a Social Security denial can be tough, but it's not the end of the road. By understanding your options and taking the right steps, you can improve your chances of getting the benefits you need. Stay organized, seek help if needed, and don't give up. Your persistence can make all the difference in the outcome of your case. For more information and support, visit the Social Security Administration's website or contact your local office. Disability advocates and attorneys can also provide valuable guidance. Remember, you're not alone. Many people successfully navigate this process every year. With the right information and support, you can too.